The flint inside of a lighter that creates the spark is actually a metal alloy called ferrocerium. It comprises up of several different types of metals, and when that wheel grinds up against that ferrocerium rod, it creates the spark, which ignites the fuel, which gives you a flame. A lot of people call it flint, but technically it's called a ferrocerium rod. It's a smaller version of this right here. So this also showers a bunch of sparks. And there's a variety of different sizes and versions of this. So this is just a basic camp one that you can get at Walmart. Otherwise, there's thicker and larger ones like this. There are smaller ones like this too that I carry around every day. And even on my Leatherman Signal, it has a ferrocerium rod right here. See, right there. And the main reason why I don't call it flint is because this is what flint is. Flint is a type of rock. You have the ability to break flint up into really sharp rocks like this. And that's why they call it flint and steel. You have a piece of flint, which is rock, and then you would have a piece of steel, which is typically high carbon steel. The piece of rock here would strike the piece of steel, and it would actually shave off really thin slivers of steel, which would oxidize like immediately and create the sparks. And so whenever anyone says flint and steel, that's what they mean. So flint is a rock. And so that's why I know that it's a common name to call that rod on the inside flint, but that's not what I call it, because flint is a piece of rock. And so the correct name for that piece of flint that a lot of people call is ferrocerium. And so yeah, it's just a smaller size version of this thing right here. But I usually carry around 2 Bic lighters like this because it's the most reliable fire source, because it gets you a flame immediately. A ferrocerium rod like this works also to get fires started, but it requires a little bit more experience and a lot more practice. Practice getting the showers of sparks like this, but also practice gathering the correct materials, tinder sources, to get a fire going with the actual ferrocerium rod. And so I hope that helps explain the difference between flint and ferrocerium.